Last Friday, I talked to a mentee who sent me an email. It's been a while since I caught up with him. And he said that he now had 25 transactions completed and was eyeing an exit, which would be 30 million. A lot of people ask me, Bruce, why do you do this? You don't need to do it, and that's true. But the reason I do it is I get still a lot of pleasure out of hearing those people that are successful end up giving me a buzz or keeping in touch with me if I don't mentor them still, and telling me what happened. In his case, he was an immigrant to this country. He dropped out of college. He started a business, which is still going today, but he wanted to do something bigger. And so he looked at this business acquisition process and was successful at it. And after he exits, he'll be able to cash in a little bit and then continue to do it some more. He was somewhat disappointed that his cash out would only be 30 million. So I know for a lot of people, they'll shake their head at that. But that's what he said to me. So, okay. So let's talk about maybe a couple things that he commented to me on and how you could end up fixing those. First of all, he said that a lot of the bots have screwed things up, that they're unprofessional, their messaging is wrong, etc., etc. That's good news and bad news. It's bad news in the fact that you will probably be not the first person to call potential board members, professionals, banks, or prospects. The good news is, if you can separate yourself from those people, you can stand out as being different. And a lot of that just comes down to the approach that they use, which is poor. Why? Well, in large part because they're lousy salespeople. They don't have any training. They don't know how to listen. They don't know how to find the needs of who they're talking to and then match up the need with the solution and an ability to say that you are the solution to that. Sales in its simplest form is just that. Find a prospect with a need, find a solution to that need, and then convince them that you are the best person to provide that solution. But if you're hearing no too often, like a lot of those bots do, here's how to fix it. We recently, last Thursday and Friday, did the VIP Mastermind 2-day training. In part of that, we do an awful lot of role plays. And the purpose of the role plays are to show you what you sound like when you're pitching board members, prospects, professionals, etc. Most of the time it's either board members or prospects. And then you do that against me and my marketing director. We split that up. And we went through every VIP member and they at least did one of those role plays. Few things stand out. Number one, generally across the board, listening skills are absolutely terrible. And how will you figure out what the need is if you don't listen? And most of the time, the reason for that, and this is what gets a lot of those bots, is they have a script that they want to do. And they're nervous, and they're thinking about the next line in their script. So they're not thinking about what they're being told. They're not thinking about listening. So if you are struggling with that, if you're hearing no too often, as I said, one of the ways to fix that is to develop those skills. So my marketing director and I decided that this Friday, March 15th, we're going to do a sales summit. I would highly encourage you to join. We'll do role plays. We won't be able to get to everybody, but we'll be able to get to a lot of people. But we'll talk about how do you separate yourself from the bot? How do you end up learning how to listen effectively? People think that's easy. It is not easy. And consistently on these role plays, I would say, did somebody hear what he said he needed the prospect? And most of the time, the answer to that was, when we asked him to articulate it, No, no, no. When we told them what we heard, oh, well, that's just because you're better. Maybe we are better, but guess what? It's a learned skill, so you can be better too. So if this Friday Sales Summit has interest to you, I would encourage you to join us. The way you can do that is go over to my website, brucewhipple.com, go to the boot camps and courses, and the first thing there is you'll see the sales page for the Sales Summit with the details. Go through that. If you want to go there directly, just go to go.brucewhipple.com/summit2. But do not click the button to buy it on that sales page, because you're listening to this podcast, hopefully. I'm going to give you a different link to check out with, which will be a discount off the normal price that you'll see on that sales page. And that is brucewhipple.com/special. brucewhipple.com/special. So I hope to see you on Friday. If you are not being as successful, think about the money you're wasting, time you're wasting, and this sales summit would be money well spent to join us, fix those. I can't guarantee you that you're going to do 25 transactions and cash out at 30 million. The cash out hasn't happened yet, but he's on target. He knows where he's going to sell this portfolio, et cetera, et cetera. So I can't promise you that, but I can promise you that if you put into effect what we are going to teach you on Friday, you will do better than you are doing now. And so continuous improvement is the goal. And again, I hope to see you Friday. Remember those links, and particularly the brucewhipple.com/special, which is just a checkout link, but that will give you the discounted. So hope to see you this Friday.